3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go then. Number 5. Been waiting for this one for a while. In fact, it's been a long time since I've done the first one. The first one, I don't know if you remember, was over a year ago now. And there's a lot of water under the bridge, physical and mental. So let's hope I get this right. As you know, none of this is scripted. Let's have a little sip, hang on. This actually today is a full moon. And I thought this would be the perfect day to do what I'm doing. Okay, it's a full moon in Pisces, apparently. Don't know if that means anything to anyone. Doesn't mean that much to me. But the full moon does. And to be honest, the other night when it was coming up, I couldn't sleep. And I was well knackered. So that actually really surprised me. That I couldn't sleep. And it must have been the moon. Either that or it's spiked or something. I don't think it was. Anyway. I set this place up to look a little bit different to what I usually do. Because this is the last one. This is my yard. I've actually tidied it up, believe it or not. And you know, I've set it up to maybe be a bit more picturesque, just so that, I don't know. It's number 5. And I'd like to impress that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And you know, it's your tunnel, your light. You know. Got these pictures here. I had these pictures there. They're old ones that I was going to have a gallery at Glastonbury Festival years ago. It didn't. For some reason, it stopped. The mind boggles. But these were all for. I had them, so I've got them out. I think they look quite nice. These were my international heroes. So if you can identify them, good for you. What can I say? It's been a long year since I started the first one. It's been a good year, actually. A bloody good year. I've enjoyed every fucking second, actually. Every second I've enjoyed. I'm going off the script a little bit, even though there isn't one. If you've seen this video, this first video, you should really go first to the first videos I've done. Because this is number 5, and I was only ever going to do 5, and this is like over a year after I've done the first one. So you should really look at the first ones to see what's going on. The reason why I'm doing this is it's actually part of my therapy. A while back, I was involved. I was in a, if you want, a toxic relationship that did have a marked impression on me. It did, and at the time I was seeking help for this situation I felt that I was in, and I found it was not available, at least not the price that I could afford anyway. It was available out there, and also, to be honest, you have to go to drhornfix.com to appreciate what I'm saying, because this is moving on from drhornfix.com. drhornfix.com still exists, and I might keep it going, I might not. And I did realise that most things nowadays, they have a video content, and as I was sort of like a counsellor, if you want, people who are being counselled don't really want to be on a video. I can understand that completely, and I wouldn't suggest it either. So I figured if I was going to keep Dr. Hornfix going, I need to move into a video scene, and you know, and to be honest, I don't know if I really want to keep it going. That's the truth, you know. That's the God's honest truth. Because, well, if you've been there with the narcissist scene, you understand. Yeah, I don't need to explain. But the main reason for this is to help others in a situation that I was in. and I was in a situation where I needed a little bit of advice. Really, it wasn't actually even help. Yeah, it wasn't. It was advice, and I found it either unavailable or too expensive. And I thought at the time, okay, when I came back from trying to find this advice, yeah, I looked on the internet and it didn't exist. Well, it did exist, but and the mood I was in at the time, I wasn't really going to actually sort of like spend good money on actually reaffirming what I already knew. Yeah, that my relationship was toxic with toxic participants. Put it that way. I'm being kind here. And at the time, I was only really going to risk, 20 quid, 20, why? And that's what I was looking for. It didn't exist. So my person I'm appealing to is the person that is putting their hair out in a situation that they want to move on from, and they don't really know whether they're thinking correctly or not, and they need a little bit of advice, or at least just someone to talk to, just to shoot the breeze with, really, about the subject. Because you'll find that most people don't actually want to talk about the subject you want to talk about, and I can understand that as well. Especially friends, mutual friends, and all that. They're not interested. Anyway, this is a cooking program, and I'm going to cook because this is what it's all about. So this is the One Pan Man cooking. Here we go. Right. Little speak first of all. I've got to say, actually, it is a full moon. It is a full moon, and it just poured down with rain. I've been walking around in my underpants for the last bloody 6 weeks, and it's been so hot, and it just poured down with rain, and I feel so good. I'm happy that it rained. It seems like the fitting time to do the last in the series, I might say, the last in the series of the One Pan Man. And it could be the last, because after this, after I've done this, I'm gonna tidy up the website and do all that business I need to do, get it running right and all that, and then I'm gonna advertise this. And if I don't get any response, then I will stop it, because I actually don't really mind stopping it, because I don't know, YouTubers, people who are into YouTube, you're going to be looking at all these videos that are there, and you'll be on your subject. But the subject, this one, I mean, I'm dealing with sort of like, if you want, escaping from a toxic relationship, and you don't really want to be reminded. The main issue with escaping from a toxic, I believe, is the flashbacks you get. Yeah, I mean, I am not an anxious guy. I'm not an anxious guy. I'm a real guy, if you want. Like if I get a problem, I will confront it. But when you've been in a straight, you end up sort of like, woo, sort of like on, not feeling right, man. Over the whole thing. And you need to move on. You need to move on. And there's only so many ways to move on. And one of the things to move on is to stop having the flashbacks. And one of the ways to stop having the flashbacks is to do your own thing. Yeah, that's simple, But after a year, it's a year. I mean, I don't know if you see any change. I feel a change. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Keep it running. Yeah. Sparrow. Yeah, Jason. There we go. Jason, tu amigo. There you go. This is live. This is why it's unscripted. This is live. I don't mind, but this goes on. Stuff like this goes on. So no problema. Welcome to me. This is live. This is how it goes. I'm not going to edit it. Anyway, it's all about cooking. The One Pan Man's about cooking. The reason why I did the One Pan Man was because I'm writing for men. I am writing for men. I'm not writing for women because I'm a bloke. I've said this before. I'm not saying what I'm saying is not relevant for women as well, but I'm looking from my perspective, from a bloke's perspective, And blokes will find themselves on their own in the cold, yeah? normally, with no family around them. That's the way it goes. It's just, you've got to accept that. It's the way it goes. You know, I'm not going to stand here shilly-shallying over why and the therefores and all that, but that's the way it goes. So I'm speaking from a bloke's perspective. Most blokes don't look after themselves when they find themselves in a situation. They don't look after themselves at all. They drink too much, they smoke too much, they don't eat properly, you know, and I'm teaching you how to eat properly. So anyway, here we go. That's all I'm doing. Right, here we go. This meal I'm doing today is called mushroom stroganoff. My version, a little bit, not a classic one. Main ingredient being mushrooms. All starts with an onion. Call that. All starts with an onion. So here we go. Let's get straight into it. Here we go. Because it's going to take a little bit of work. I like to do these videos for 20 minutes, but I know this is my last one, so persevere. Here we go. And I will not chop off my finger. There we go. So, onion first. Get the onion in the pan. Yeah. It's been quite a good year, I've got to say. I've been various places, seen in various scenes, had lots of fun and all that. And I must admit, I do sleep better than I used to. You know, there was a time when I couldn't sleep without the radio. I mean, it's only because you're trying to sort of like switch on the flashbacks. You know, and these. What is a flashback? What is a flashback? A flashback is ruminating over an unsolved problem unconsciously, but the unconscious coming back into the conscious mind and affecting you consciously. I mean, that's what a flashback is. It sounds like, you know, like an acid thing. It could be. But on this situation, it's not. It's about basically ruminating, a bit of cooking oil, ruminating over a subject that has no answer. And so the unconscious mind, I believe, this is my theory anyway, the unconscious mind then tries to solve this problem. You're away. Trying to solve this problem that is or is not solvable, I don't know, but it starts affecting your conscious life. And in reality, you want to move on. You do actually want to move on. You don't really want to be ruminating over the madness that you've jumped out from. You know, you've jumped out from the madness. You've moved on from the madness. So why are you ruminating over it? Fuck no. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. But you just do. I think it's something that, you know, I mean, I think if you was daft, you probably wouldn't. If you was completely daft, you probably wouldn't, would you? You just go, oh, just move on into one other scene. You wouldn't. I don't know how it works with the. Well, I do. I'm quite well read actually. I'm quite well read with the Jung and the Freud and all that. But I don't think it's a defence mechanism. I don't think it is a Freudian defence mechanism. Anyway, I'm prattling on, aren't I? I'm trying to cook. Anyway, here we go. Again, the whole idea of this is to advertise Dr. Hornfix. What is Dr. Hornfix, you might ask? Dr. Hornfix is my website that I use for counselling, and I haven't advertised it. When I get this together, I will advertise it. I'm going to advertise it. I'm going to spend £100, sorry, on advertising. That was my original idea. I'm going to advertise in Private Eye magazine because I like it. It's the only one I think is worth reading out of all the publications in Great Britain. And I'm going to advertise. I'm going to spend £100 on advertising. And if the phone keeps ringing and people want my services, I will do it. And if it doesn't work, I won't do it. And it's fine as well, because I actually feel like I want to move on from this whole narcissist crazy scene. Yeah, where narcissists. But you know, the truth is, the other day I was trying to get this together. This is the truth. I was trying to, and I'm walking around my yard here. I'm walking around my yard, and I'm looking for a bit of a signal from should I do this? Should I, you know, am I crazy? Why am I doing this? Why the hell am I doing this thing? You know, and you know, and the bit that got me was, hey, hang on, mate, hang on. I am actually getting over the effect a crazy situation has had on me, and I know that I am crazy. I'm not crazy, and I am getting over that situation. But then I look at the news, or you got your Trump, you got the Johnsons, you got all these dudes, crazy lying, narcissistic mother, whatever you want to call them, yeah, crazy lying, and the bit that got me, the thought, yes, the bit that got me, yeah, is the truth, is that if you don't say anything about this situation, you normalise it, you make other people's disagreeable, antisocial attitudes normal. In fact, nearly plaudable. And people vote for them. And you'll see that. You'll see that the narcissists in your life, they'll probably be surrounded with people that are going, oh yes, you say all the right things at the right time, but you don't realise they haven't got a truth in their whole body. And we're starting to be run by these people. That's what gave me the little bit of strength to sort of do this last video. That's what gave me the buzz to do it. Ooh. That's what gave me the buzz to do it. The fact that we are surrounded with narcissistic rulers, yeah? And I'm not saying that narcissism has its place, but not in my life, not in the life of the electorate. You know, it has its place. If you want a bully boy in the front of a team or whatever, I don't know, rugby team, it probably doesn't work. You know, it's probably good. But we're not a rugby team, mate. We are human beings that need normal human relationships, normal human reactions, normal human. Well, you can have whatever you want. Yeah, I know I want, and I think I know what the electorate wants. If you want, they don't want to be lied to. But what happens is, if you're continually lied to, and bad behaviour is continuous and doesn't actually stop, and no one says anything about it, holds the person to book about it, then it becomes normal. Then it becomes accepted as if that's normal behaviour. And I'm sat here walking around my yard thinking, there's no way should that behaviour be normalised, be okayed. No way. I nearly swore then. I'm trying not to swear. I've had a couple of beers, I must say, you know, but I'm trying not to swear, and I won't. But it is a sweary situation. You want to swear, you know, a lot of these scenes. Anyway, if I carry on this, I will have a camera here, and you will be able to see what I'm doing. But as it is, I've got onions frying in the pan. You know, they're frying all right. Where was I? Forgot. The reason why I think what I'm doing is quite important. Important for me, but generally important. I think it's completely ridiculous how a fair section of the population are applauding bad behaviour. Now, I don't mean bad behaviour as in, I don't know, but I'm talking about lying, complete lies, barefaced lies. And then you say that isn't the case, and everyone says, oh, that's all right then. As if it's the complete opposite to what you said before, and that's all right. Excuse me. I actually did burp into the camera then, I didn't mean to. Why did I burp in the camera? I don't know. But the point I'm making is, we are social beings. We're apes, man. We're strategically shapen parts, yeah? And we live in a social world where there is a modicum of behaviour that should be accepted. And if you start accepting bad behaviour, well, you can accept it. You know, I'm surrounded with people that behave badly, but let's not pretend it's right, eh? That's the thing, isn't it? Let's not pretend it's okay or it's right. You know what bad is, don't we? Bad's bad, isn't it? Be bad, you know. Nothing wrong with being bad sometimes. Anyway, hang on, I've got to do this quickly because I'm trying to do this. Oh, don't cut yourself. That's good. Okay, so onions are frying up. Here we go. I know this video is not going to be 20 minutes. I know it's not, but that is my aim. But the next ones will be edited. Here we go. Chop up the mushrooms. How do you chop mushrooms? Like that. Lob them in. Get them in. Don't mess about really. Otherwise, I'll be all day, won't you? Get the mushrooms in. Mushroom stroganoff, which is Russian. Sounds Russian, doesn't it? I can't remember, I've done one video outside here before, and it was bloody hot then. What's going on out there? There's some fun out there. I do like the unedited side of this. I think when you don't edit things, you get little bits of truth that come through that you wouldn't get in the edit. So all we've got so far is onions and mushrooms. I must admit, I find myself not completely multitasking when I'm whipping this big chopper around. Excuse the pun. Because I have chopped my finger off, well not off, but the bloody end off, on more than one occasion. I'm not going to do it today, live in front of the camera. So I'm going to shut up for a second while I do this. The last £1 man I did was in the winter, I believe. Damn cold and all that. A lot of blokes can't cook, can they? I see a lot. I've got to say, and I'm not saying it. I'm not speaking out of turn here. I'm not. But the chappie I've got staying here, I see what he eats. I see what he eats. I see it. And well, mates, you know, I don't know if when you get to a certain age you want to look after your colon, but I think you want to start when you're younger. That's for sure. You know, all that crap that passes as good food nowadays. And most reasons people do it is because they can't actually cook properly. No, they can't cook. They haven't tried. And also, people like everything that's quick nowadays, don't they? Quick. Do it quick. Well, there's only so much to life, isn't there? Like, you know, you've got you're born, you die, but in between time, you tend to sort of like put things in your mouth, and let's not go into that bit because we're cooking, but it's putting things into your mouth, isn't it? And it's like, that's what it is. Everything goes in your ears, in your mouth, or in your eyes, and it comes out wherever. It's quite important. It's quite important what you put in. I mean, this goes back to the sort of accepting the bad behaviour. If you start accepting bad behaviour, you're putting in this stuff in you. You're programming yourself. It is like one continuous program. You know, how do you choose to program yourself? That is the question, really, isn't it? How do you choose to program yourself? You know, do you choose to program yourself with nonsense? Do you choose to program yourself with bad behaviour? Do you choose to program yourself with good behaviour? They're just browning up a little bit, just softening up and softening up a little bit there. I'm going to put, which is, I don't know if this is in the menu, I'm going to put, this is a pre-washed Courgette. I've got the word there. I don't know why. I know why. But there you go. So pre-washed courgette. This is how I do it. And I'm doing this just to bulk it out with a bit of green. You see, if I wasn't being watched, I could probably do this quicker. But it's not all about speed, like I'm trying to tell you. The actual preparation is half the trip. You know, enjoy it. Think about what you. I have been studying a little bit over the last few years because I actually had to get to this position. I had to do quite a lot of study. That's the goddamn truth. And some of this study was the mindfulness of what's his name, the Dalai Lama. And there was a picture over there somewhere, which I did of him. The Dalai Lama and mindfulness. And mindfulness is being mindful of what you're doing. But the bit that I enjoyed, or at least I found helpful for me, was not so much the being mindful, it was looking at your own behaviour and your own thought process from a third party perspective. So, for instance, when you get a... see, I'm telling you all this now for free, yeah? Right? This is what you're going to pay me for, like, yeah? This is where you're going to pay me 20 euros for half hour, which is bloody cheap, yeah? And if you don't, I won't do it. It's not a problem, yeah? You know? But, because to be honest, I don't get off on talking about the narcissist. I don't, because I see a lot of things on YouTube that, and you know, and they're good. They are good, and I will recommend a lot of the people that I see that I know are good, and they've helped me along the way. They've helped me enormously. A lot of these people along the way, and I will. And if you go to Dr. Hornfix, you'll see a list of them and all that. I lost my thread there. Hang on. Yeah, I don't want to continually have my life sort of. But when you're in a sea for 15 years, you've got to give it its due. Time is time. Now you do anything for 15 years, it has an impression on you. So when you've been putting up with bad behaviour for a long time, it has become normalised. But when you actually come out into the light, you realise actually the whole world ain't like that. Yeah. But when you're in it, you don't. You know, you're in it, aren't you? Because you're programmed every day, aren't you? In fact, you know, I don't want to personalise it, but I don't think my situation was any different from other. If you want, you know, I've talked to people that have been in a situation that it's pretty similar. Behaviour is pretty similar. It starts from the moment you wake up. The moment you wake up, so you are programmed from start to finish. Every day you're in the company of. You know, you're going to be programmed because, you know, that's the way it goes. So, anyway, we've got the courgettes in with the mushrooms. Rock and roll. Did I put the salt in? No, I didn't. So here we go. I'm going to put a bit of salt in. Did I put any pepper in? No, I haven't, because I ran out. But I am going to. Oh, where's the garlic?
The garlic's out there. Yeah, I forgot the rice.
Oh.
It's alright, it's just caught on.
Just leave it. Just leave it there. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of mustard. Where's the garlic then?
Is it not there on the end where the tomatoes are? There's a great big bulb of it.
Ah, here it is. The garlic is here. Alright, I should have put the garlic in, but once you get into garlic, you realise that garlic is not just a food, it's a medicine. So with garlic, it's better to put it at the end. You destroy less of the medicine-bearing properties if you put it in later. And it's good to put a bit of raw in at the end. I'm trying to speed this up a little bit. Calmer. There's no rush. There is no rush. There is sometimes, but not today. Oh, that's nasty. That is. That's from Lidl. I got to say, sorry, that's from Lidl. Nasty. Nasty. What's going on with this nasty garlic? That's all right. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. It's getting on top of me. There we go. Cooking away nicely there. So we've got mushrooms, oil. Okay, one bit of good garlic. It is my intention to improve my menus, but also to actually, if people are interested, some people are interested, like for instance, and I will do this because, I'll just get, you know who you are, Peter, before I even do it, you know who you are, don't you? Here we go. Iberian Spices, my first sponsor. I haven't got anything free yet, Peter, but there you go, Iberian Spices. So, let's have a bit of garlic in here. That's nasty. Why is that soft? I don't know. What's going on with that? That's why I look cooking outside, look. You got damp or something? I don't think so. Never mind. Okay, that's a good bit. Is that a good bit? No, it's not. I get another bowl. Anyway, what was I talking about? I forgot now. Does it matter that I forgot? No, it doesn't. What's going on out there? Put the garlic in there. Now I'll tell you what I did forget. Because again, food is not food. You've got to do it every day anyway. You've got to do.
Do you want that?
Bit of ginger, please, my love. You've got to do food as if it's your medicine. It's not just food. It's not just you are what you eat. What you put into you is what is in your head. I'm not going to build cosmic at the moment because there's plenty of time for being cosmic. But there's a but. Look. Apparently, the world's dying. Apparently, one of the reasons the world is dying is that everyone is filling themselves up with beef. How low can you go? But then fill themselves up with beef. That's all right. Go under. That's it. Bong, bong, bong. That's it. Got my friend. There you go. Good man. He went under the camera. He's under. Bit more of that. Lovely.
Is there a bigger bit?
The other bit. Yeah. I like ginger. I'm putting ginger in because I don't like the taste personally. And it's a medicine. It's good for you. It's good for you. It's good for everything. But I like the taste as well. I mean, just have it about. Fly on me now. So it's all happening today. I don't know if you can hear the aeroplane in the background. That's because this place has been on fire again. Why is it on fire? It's on fire because all the wood's on fire. Why is it on fire? Because there is a the man's got to be paid all the time. Because the man's got to be paid all the time. All you can grow the stuff that you can sell. So in Portugal they grow eucalyptus. It grows as quick as you like, as fast as you like, and well, what happens? It dries all the land out, and it turns the whole place into a tinderbox. You know, that's a downside for growing the toilet paper for Europe. You know. Okay, let's get a little bit dry from my likings. This I will be selling at a very good price very soon. Contact me. And that's it's really sacrilege to put it in like that, cook with it. But this is a special meal for a special time, a special occasion. The last of the series of the One Pan Man. Right. Okay. Did I put any? I didn't, did I? Did I put any hing in? Sorry, Peter, I never put any hing in. I'll put a bit in now. Only a little bit. A little bit piri-piri, because I'm a bit like that. Now this, I'm going to turn out, I know I am the one pan man, but I'm going to turn this out into another pan now and do a white sauce. Now I know that some people, white sauce, you know, it's like a big deal, but it's not a big deal, yeah? It's not a big deal at all. A white sauce can be made from various products. Oh yeah, what I didn't say was that I've been hanging out with veggies lately, and I am trying to...
Can I have that oil if you're done with it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I am mostly being a veggie type dude nowadays. Why? Because everyone's eating beef and pork and chicken and all that. And so anyway, bit of oil in there, bit of oil in, bit of flour next, bit of flour. You've got to cook the flour, that's the idea. You can use any flour. I like to use wholemeal, I haven't got any at the moment. I might have, I'm not going to find it now. But this is just ordinary flour, white flour. But I do like to use wholemeal. So I'll wadger that in there. And sort of like, I don't know, what's the word? Move it around. I think this is what they call making your roux.
Bang on.
And this is your roux. And I'm making my roux right now. So at the same time I'm cleaning the bottom of the pan. It shouldn't have really got burned, but it did. I'm cleaning the bottom of the pan. Making roux. So I'm cooking the flour. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. I'll tell you what I'm going to put, a little bit more of this. I know I shouldn't, but this is creme de la creme. Extra virgin. It should be used. Oh, I just came out the bottle. Made yesterday. There we go. So, and, oh yeah, so what was I going to say? Normally, most people would use milk in here, but tell you what, I make a lot of chai nowadays, and this is the stuff, mate. Oh, a little bit sweeter, but hey, put some salt with it, no problem. Hang on, what am I doing? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, bring it up. It's cooked a little bit more. So he's happy. This is oat milk, made from oats. No cows involved, no udders involved, no death involved, no pain involved. Well, let's turn it up now. So it's a pain-free meal. No nasty, poor little balls involved. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going into details because you're about to eat, but I'll tell you what, it's better for you than the stuff that comes out the others. And it's not a great deal of difference really. I suppose if you was a professional cook, you might argue. But sometimes you've got to compromise, you know, in this world. There's a lot of pain involved with something. Maybe you shouldn't be doing that, you know. If there's too much pain, don't do it. There's a lot of pain, don't do it. I mean, pain's pain, I suppose. I'm thinking out loud now. But pain actually is probably a good thing to tell you that you're doing something wrong. Yeah? So if you're in pain, change, you know. Anyway, I just said that then. Right. But pain is not all bad. If you didn't feel pain, your fingers would drop off when you cut them. Your toes would drop off, wouldn't they? You wouldn't pull the thorn out of your foot, would you? If you keep walking on that same thorn, it would go septic. Before you know it, you've got blood poison and you're dead. It is slightly sweeter than normally milk. Normally. The normal milk. Right, no, I would say that's cooked. So, now I'm going to turn that back into that. Combine the two. I know I'm the £1 man. It's not really a pan, that is a gravy pan actually. Right, I'm going to turn that down now. That seems to be firing away. That does look delicious, believe me. So, nearly ready to eat then. I see you down there. And I will turn the camera and I will turn it off just before we eat. How about that? David Notes t-shirt. It's coming back online soon. You could be part of it if you like. I've got to say this. I had a friend of mine recently died. He didn't die, he killed himself. He hung himself actually last week. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that right now. But maybe I should. He was original Flick Beaner. You know, in the original crew, like, you know, and he hung himself. See, something's not right. That's why I feel what I'm doing is quite important. It's not why, I'm not hanging on to it, but, you know. I didn't know what was going on with him. I live in a different country now. But, what I'm saying is, life is what you put into it. And if you fill your head with rubbish, and your guts with rubbish, and you fill yourself up with pain, continuous pain. Oh, I tell you what I have forgotten to put in, which I will do right at the end, my herbs over there. A little bit of basil will go in, or basil, depends if you're American or not.
And the vodka.
Oh, thank you, thank you. The golden ingredient, which I'm going to put in at the end, because I think it will spoil it anyway, what makes this mushroom stroganoff, there's a little bit of vodka. And thank you, Nick, for leaving this here. I know you left it here for a reason. Everything here is for a reason, and that's what's going in. There's not a lot in there actually, but there you go. A little bit of vodka. There you go. That makes that. Oh, I put a lot in, didn't I? There you go. mushroom stroganoff. So I'll give that a little stir up and turn it off. So vodka in right at the end. Don't have to do that. Put the vodka in right at the end, so you don't boil off all the alcohol. That does improve certain foods. And that is a happy stroganoff. Okay. I'm going to eat this now. I'm going to turn this off before I eat it. I would like to believe I haven't wasted my time. Anyway, if I have, enjoy. Bye bye.